Welcome to the first lecture of physiology. Today we will discuss the cell and the general physiology. This is the structure of cell. Cell. What is cell? Cell is the basic unit of all living things. All the living things are composed of the cell. It has all the characteristics of life. It is defined as the structural and functional unit of the living body. General characteristics of the cells are they need nutrition and oxygen, produces its own energy necessary for its growth, repair, and other activities, eliminates carbon dioxide and other metabolic wastes, shows immediate response to the entry of invaders like bacteria and toxic substances into the body. There are two types of the cells, prokaryotic cells and eukaryotic cells. What are the prokaryotic cells and eukaryotic cells? The prokaryotic cells have no membrane-bound organelles. They are more primitive organisms, only one circular chromosome. Bacteria are the only organisms that are prokaryotes. The eukaryotic cells have membrane-bound organelles. Chromosomes are in pair and not circular. All the organisms that are not bacteria, like protists, fungi, plants, and animals. Parts in common in both prokaryotic cells and eukaryotic cells are cell membrane, cytoplasm, organelles, DNA. The structure of the cell. The structure of the cell is studied under three headings: cell membrane, cytoplasm, nucleus. What is the cell membrane? Cell membrane is the protective sheath enveloping the cell body. It is also known as plasma membrane or plasmalemma. The membrane separates the fluid outside the cell, called extracellular fluid, and the fluid inside the cell, called intracellular fluid. The cell membrane is a semi-permeable membrane, so there is a free exchange of certain substances between extracellular and intracellular fluid. Composition of cell membrane. Cell membrane is composed of three types of substances: proteins, which are 55%, lipids, which are 40%, carbohydrates, which are 5%. The structure of cell membrane. On the basis of structure, cell membrane is called a unit membrane or three-layered membrane. The electron microscopic study reveals three layers of cell membrane, namely one central electron-lucent layer and two electron-dense layers. Function of the cell membrane. The first function of the cell membrane is the protective function. Cell membrane protects the cytoplasm and the organelles present in the cytoplasm. The second function is selective permeability. Cell membrane acts as a semi-permeable membrane, which allows only some substances to pass through it and acts as a barrier for other substances. The third function is absorptive function. Nutrients are absorbed into the cell through the cell membrane. It also has excretory function. Metabolites and other waste products from the cell are excreted out through the membrane. The fifth function is exchange of gases. Oxygen enters the cell from the blood and carbon dioxide leaves the cell and enters the blood through the cell membrane. And the last function is maintenance of shape and size of the cell. Cell membrane is responsible for the maintenance of shape and size of the cell. Cytoplasm. Cytoplasm is the cell is jelly-like material formed by 80% of water. It contains a clear liquid portion called cytosol and various particles of different shape and size. These particles are proteins, carbohydrates, lipids, or electrolytes in nature. Cytoplasm is made up of two zones: ectoplasm, peripheral part of cytoplasm situated just beneath of the cell membrane, and endoplasm, inner part of cytoplasm interposed between the ectoplasm and nucleus. Thank you.